So our next piece of maths for today is on page 80. We're going to do question 1, A to H. So before we start into that, I just want to go through one example with you and maybe point out a few mistakes that people sometimes make. Okay, so very important before we start that you lay out your page properly. Okay, margin, question 1, and then whichever question you're doing beside it. So here I'm looking at question F first. Now you can see I've left plenty of space out from my margin, because remember, these numbers get wider as you work through them, especially when we move on to long multiplication with decimals. So it's really important you leave plenty of space out from your margin so that you're not getting stuck for space when you're writing your answer. Okay, so I'm just going to run through quickly, and then I have a few tips there now to remember before you can wait and do the questions yourself. So you go through step by step, nice and carefully without making any mistakes. So 7 2s are 14, put down my 4, bring up my 1. 7 9s are 63, and one more makes 64, put down my 4, put up my 6, which is really important we put that up, don't skip that step please. 7 1s are 7, and 6 more makes 13, put down my 3, bring over my 1, and 6 7s are 42, and one more makes 43. So my answer is 433 euros 44. So remember, these are multiplication with the decimal, so it's really important that you remember to put in the decimal at the end. So this answer is not right. Okay, my answer is wrong, even though I've done everything right. I've multiplied and I've carried over, and my numbers are right, but my answer still isn't right until I deal with that decimal. Okay, so you have two ways of kind of remembering where the decimal point goes. If you're using your maths copy and you've got everything laid out properly, your decimal point will just stay in the same place, so you can bring it down. Or you can count how many numbers are after the decimal point, 1 2, so that's the amount of numbers that come in from the end of my sum from my decimal point, 1 2, so my decimal point goes in there between my 3 and 4. So now my answer is 433 euros 44. Okay, so that's how we do those sums, and watch again. You can see how my answer is wider at the bottom than my sum is at the start. So that's why it's important to leave plenty of space out from your margin, so you're not getting stuck in your margin and trying to squash numbers in. And again, like I said, when you're squashing numbers in with big answers, that's where mistakes happen. Okay, so a few pointers there for everybody before we start our maths. Leave a space from your margin, show all your work, and what I'm talking about there is make sure you write up what you're carrying over every time so you don't forget to add them on. Always write up what you carry over and keep numbers in the correct place, and that deals here. Every number should be in the same box underneath. Okay, so so when you're finished that for today, I want you to do page 80, question 1, A to H. Okay, taking care of your work, and when you're finished, can you take a picture of your answers? So for this, because I'm looking at it on my computer and trying to read your work through a picture, can you please make sure you take a picture from straight over your copy, and that your answers are really easy and clear to read. Okay, best luck with that, and let me know if you have any problems.